Selam arkadaşlar, bölüm hoş geldiniz. Hatırlarsanız bir önceki bölümde seçeneklerden oynanışta zordu, sadece hikaye yapmıştık. Bu bölümde tekrar ölüm marşı yapıyoruz. Çünkü öldürdüğümüz vahşi avın subaylarından birisi çok zordu. Geçememiştik hatırlarsanız. Bu bölümün baş kısmında bir önceki bölümde ara sahne olarak almıştık. Bu bölümde devam ediyoruz arkadaşlar. Hadi yukarı çıkalım, devam edelim.
How much for the no? Gonna be sick.
Burada kimse yok. Yanlış yerde miyim? Herhalde bir üst katta. Aynen. Bir üst katta çıkacağız. Şuradan bir kat daha çıkalım.
Need a hanky? Gotta admit, never expected this of you.
You humans have unusual tastes. How did you fare on Bald Mountain?
Need to ask? You're a sage.
I ask as a courtesy. A concept you clearly forgot when you left without uttering a word.
Siri was in a hurry.
I know, so she wrote in her letter. But that is not my concern. You eliminated Imlerith adeptly. So adeptly you might say you inspired me.
Meaning?
The loss of one of his great generals has weakened Eredin significantly. 2 others remain.
How do we get rid of them?
Caranthier is a loyalist, but Gels, that is another story. He was a devoted follower of our former king. And as it happens, Eredin poisoned our beloved ruler.
How do you know? Or are you bluffing?
Eredin made sure very few individuals knew of his betrayal. Most are now dead.
Didn't answer my question.
How matters not. What matters is, I know. And I've an idea how to use this knowledge.
Fine. So what do you propose?
Why, to bring Gels here. Show him the truth of what happened.
Fabulous plan. If we only knew where to find him.
We do. In the land of the NL.
Land of the NL?
You don't recall. After all, you did travel with Eredin for some time. The land of the Elder folk. The world where we arrived centuries ago. A world that is now our home. The Red Riders come from there. And it is there where we will find Gels.
Think you're forgetting something. You and Siri might know how to travel between worlds, but me? Not so much.
You clearly know there are many other worlds apart from the one where we now stand. They're linked by passages, hidden gateways that afford travel from one world to another. Of course, few know of these gateways. Even fewer can locate them.
Elven sages, for example?
For example. One such passage will open soon near where we are, fortuitously enough. Between this noble edifice and the butcher's yard. That's our chance. Shall we go?
Let's go.
Gene nereye gidiyoruz ya?
I know this house. Supposed to drive a godling from here.
Supposed to?
Decided it was harmless.
Zaman ve uzayın içinden göreviymiş arkadaşlar bu görev. Şimdi o görevi yapıyoruz.
The passage is here, past this wall. This is the place. Once we enter, there'll be no returning until we reach Gels. Ready?
Yes, let's go.
Remember, wherever you land, search for a place that looks like this one. We shall meet sooner or later.
Mean we'll be separated?
It's possible. I lack your ward's talent. Zirel is the lady of time and space. I merely know how to use this arcane knowledge to a limited degree. It's time.
Allah Allah. Oğlum hiç düşünmeden yürüyor lan bizim Gerald.
I hate portals.
Beraberiz ama neredeyiz? Bu ne lan? Amerika'nın Texas eyaletine inmiş gibi. Havallak nereye getirdin bizi?
Where are we? This somewhere in our world?
Ever seen such canyons in Europe? Come, you must go.
Hadi önden koş madem ya.
What is this place?
Kılıç mı kırılmış? Gümüş kılıç kırılmış. %44. Yok kırılmamış sadece.
A very old world, thoroughly raped and destroyed.
Anything live here?
Mainly desert creatures, able to survive months on end without water. Oh, and large sand crabs beneath the surface. We must be careful they don't sense us.
And before? Were there any people? Or elves?
Do you believe humanoids have a monopoly on destroying worlds?
So what did live here? Sentient monsters of some sort?
Look at those cliffs. Remind you of anything?
Look a bit like the bed of a giant river.
Or the bottom of a sea?
Mean there were water creatures here once?
No creatures, merely a sea.
Trying to say that
There are many different worlds and even more forms of life. Many of them intelligent, much more so in fact than you humans. But as it turns out, not even that could stop them from exhausting all the resources of their world. To the last drop. Ah, the portal.
looks more like a ruin. So what are we waiting for?
For it to open. Shouldn't take but a few moments.
What's going on?
The sand crabs have sensed our presence.
Wonderful.
İyi vuruyor mu? Ya vuramıyor. Vallahi alsana bir ikisini. Hepsini ben kesiyorum ya. Allah Allah, Allah Allah. Avallakçıyım, Allah'ın aşkına bir ikisini al. Birazcık canında olsun. Niye böyle yapan? Al, önce. Dur bakayım şöyle etrafları da biriktirdim. Hızla koşuyorlar ya. Bu yengeç değil, at yengeci bence. artık korkmadım ya. Bu da böyle.
Come
Nereden
on.
yok mu?
One. Very good.
Hele şükür ya.
What a relief.
Gene mi ya? Aman.
Have a look.
Atlayınca herhalde böyle. Bir F5 alalım da ne olur ne olmaz.
There it is.
Orada da oraya nasıl gideceğim? Öldü işte al. Al öldü al.
There it is. Vapors don't look terribly inviting.
Yanlış bir tarafa mı gidiyorum?
Damn it, gotta hold my breath.
Ya iyi kötü.
Any longer and I'd have suffocated. Medallion's humming. Place of power. It's gotta be.
Buraya çekelim. Düşsem ölür müyüm ki?
Should avoid those clouds or bolt through them.
Sanırım öleceğim. Öldüm. Buradan gidilmiyormuş. Onu anladık. Bir daha alalım.
Magic. A place of power. Should avoid those
Buradan
clouds
gidilmiyor
or
herhalde.
bolt through them.
Bir F5 daha. Bir daha koş. Nasıl çıkacağız? Niye böyle gözüküyor? Buradan mı çıkılıyor? Etrafı mı dolanıyor? Bir F5 daha alayım. Hele şükür. Hayda, suyun içindeyim. F5 daha. Yok mu F5?
Cold.
Soğuk tabii, evet. Nereden? Soldan mı? Buradan nasıl çıkacağım? İyi değil.
Freeze to death if I don't hide somewhere. And I gotta find that next passage quick. If I can just find cover along the way, I should make it to the passage.
Hiç etkisi yok ateşin. Öldü. Aa, ölmedi. Can yiyeyim. Şurada canımın dolmasını bekleyeyim. Hadi ama biraz çabuk doğru. Can full oldu. F5'i aldım. Gidiyorum. Burada hiçbir şey yok derken zayıf rüns taşı buldum. Tam şuraya bir F5 bir kez daha. Anlamın notları. Okuyun arkadaşlar bunu duraklatarak. Şurayı da alalım. Bir F5 daha. Yok mu F5? Heh. Hadi bir daha dışarıya, karşıya. Burada bir şey yok. Buraya bedavaya gelmişiz. Bir de şunu dinleyelim. Biz nereden geldik? Nereye gidiyoruz? Şehrin içine doğru gidiyorum işte. Bir an gibi kafamı bulursam bir daha göreceğim. Şurada buldum bir şey. Bu neymiş? Onu okuyalım bir de. Arkadaşlar bunu da duraklatırıp okuyabilirsiniz. Birinin günlüğüymüş. Hemen F5 aldım. Bir daha çıktım gidiyorum. Buldum vallahi ha.
Took you a while? Did you run into trouble?
No. Just taking in the sights. What is this place? Feels like I've been here before.
You have. You fought Eredin's projection here. Before that, Ciri fought here. For you.
What are you talking about?
Ever
Hakikaten
wondered
neden
how you
bahsediyor
managed to
oğlum
leave the Red Riders?
Many times, but I don't remember a thing.
Ciri came for you. She sensed you were in danger, tore you from the hunt's grasp, then deposited you in the woods near Kaer Morhen.
Did Eredin start hunting her because of that? Because of me? Why didn't she say anything?
What would it have changed?
Where are we? World of the Enel?
No. This is Ted Dara, the time of the end. The world destroyed by the White Frost. Alas, this awaits us all, though at differing stages of our existence.
So calm when you say that.
Eredin succumbed to his knowledge of the apocalypse. Fear rules him now. I'll not commit the same error.
Care to clarify?
Not here. Not now.
Going after Gels is proving quite a trek, but I still don't know why he's so important.
Eredin differs from the king he killed. Power for its own sake interests him. He has little patience for bureaucracy. He spends most of his time atop his steed, leading the Red Riders. So what does he need in the capital? A good viceroy. Gels is an excellent administrator and an even better plotter. He's the most dangerous individual amongst the NL.
He got any weaknesses?
Yes. He's righteous.
I was hoping we wouldn't get separated.
I warned you it could happen.
Where'd your journey take you?
Through a world whose son had just died. I barely reached the next passage in time.
Light on the peak. Was that you?
I thought it might aid your passage. After all, that is what lighthouses do. Show the way.
Doesn't look safe here either. Let's go.
This way.
Next passage. When will it open?
Shortly.
Biraz önce donarak ölüyordum. Şimdi yanarak ölüyorum. Sonunda be. Oh. En sevmediğim bölüm buydu. Çünkü bir yol gösterici yok. Rastgele gidiyorsunuz.
This tier, Nalia?
The Palace of Awakening, formerly the Moon Palace. Gel's headquarters.
Hı, F5'imi aldım, gidebilirim. Bir yemek daha yiyelim. Koşamıyoruz ne hikmetse buralarda.
Beautiful.
I'm glad to know you appreciate it. Elven architecture is a bit more sophisticated than yours.
Ha bunlar da mı F'miş? Şurada işte oğlum geçit.
Oh, who's this? And why are they here?
I believe we're done for the day, my tulip. Be a dear and leave us alone. For I think we can agree this matter is between us and us alone, correct? Crevan of Spain, Corman Maca, and the Witcher of Rivia. Ketmill. Do you like my new model? Something of Lara Doran about her, wouldn't you agree, Crevan?
Her height, perhaps. Nothing more.
I see I've touched a tender spot. So let's change the subject, shall we? Care for a drink?
Got any vodka? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you don't touch that filth, disgraceful as it is.
I must admit, you appearing here, quite the surprise, Witcher. Incidentally, interesting choice of allies. Do you think Avalach is honest with you? Just curious.
I think that even among the NL elves, there are those capable of being decent.
Naivety is a fool's blessing. I detect a shadow of impatience in your faces, it seems. So what brings you here?
I've come to tell you who killed our king.
You've gone through a great deal of trouble to reach me. So I must believe you've put equal effort into preparing this lie.
You shall see the truth. You will dream it.
You've been a neuromancer. My intuition was correct. This will be interesting.
Better believe it. This way, please.
Witcher Geralt, a true man of action. Might I know where we're going?
To the world of the Enshe. Directly this time.
Let's go, before any guards show up.
Nasıl bir isim bu? İğrenç. Salvador Dali elf miymiş acaba? Ya da Picasso. İlginç. Bu rüyacı karı mı? O herhalde. O ne yapacak ki? Hiçbir şey yapamaz ki.
I take it I needn't introduce our guest.
Greetings, Cyril. So it's true. The swallow has befriended the fox.
There's naught you can do to make us turn on one another.
Avalach blackmailed you. Do you not remember? Tried to force you to warm our king's bed. Treated your body like a side of pork.
I remember. But I also remember what you advised Eredin do with me once I was caught. And I remember what the Red Riders did at Kaer Morhen.
I didn't come here to argue. The proof you promised. Where is it?
You will see it. In your dream.
Ah, yes. The Oneiromancer. Visions that cannot be fabricated. Do you wish to show me how Eredin murdered our king? What then? Am I to incite the NL against Eredin? Call for revolution? And proclaim Avalach our
Sen ne
new
kadar iğrenç bir
king?
adamsın ya. Elflerin hepsi böyle mi?
Don't flatter yourself. Defy Eredin. That's all you need to do.
Very well. Have your oracle summon dreams of my king's last moments.
We shall all dream them. To make certain there are no misunderstandings.
Why not?
The king is dead. Long live the king.
You must face him on your terms. In this world. In a place of your choosing. It's your only chance. sail to Skellige and find the Sunstone. With it, you will summon the Naglfair. Eredin will come too. Should he call for reinforcements, no Enhel will answer.
You have done the thing most just. A new portal to Tien Alia will open. I shall stabilize it and you will return. Come with me.
Just as well. Could have been bluffing. Might have just said that so we'd let him go. Damn it, we should have pressed him.
Calm down. Avalark knows him better. We'll hear him out when he returns.
Speak of the devil.
Geralt's worried. He believes we let Gels go too easily.
Can never be too careful.
Agreed. Yet I do believe Gels will keep his word, withhold support from Eredin.
Seems to me you have a plan. Care to share it with us?
Once we find the Sunstone, aided by your sorceresses and their magic, we shall draw Eredin's ship to a bay along the coast of Undvik. We will wait in ambush, lay a trap. When the King of the Hunt arrives, we will spring it and kill him.
Just like that.
Defeating Eredin will be no small feat, but we will accomplish it. Find the sorceresses of the lodge, and we'll meet at the port. Then we sail to Skellige.
Couldn't help it. We were curious about this little matter you have to resolve.
When I was last in Novigrad, I had my share of troubles.
So I heard.
A few people helped me then. Others, not so much. Now I mean to repay them both. Coming with?
Lead the way.
We need to go to Temple Isle.
Don't remember you being religious?
Nor am I now. Let's go. Almost there.
Where are we going exactly?
To see Horson Jr.
Bit late for that. He's dead.
I asked Sultan, and he said Horson's alive and well on Temple Isle.
I was there. Stuck a sword in his gut.
Your hand must have slipped, because it seems he's recovered.
Why are you doing this again?
Arkadaşlar burada karışıklık olmuş. Araya bu ödeşme görevi girmesini istiyordum ama son hazırlıklar görevinin içerisine ödeşmeyi de almak zorundayım herhalde. Bunu da yapıverelim. Hızlıca çıksın.
I want to look him in the eyes.
What then?
Don't know. Depends what I see.
Koş Siri. Hızlı koşalım da çabuk gitsin buradan.
What?
Here to see Mr. Wiley.
Mr. Wiley's expecting important guests, so bugger off, you turds!
Make a deal, maybe?
Yeah, a deal.
Go on upstairs. Boss is waiting.
To say the least. We'll know soon enough.
Ulan bu herif nasıl ölmez ya? Baya mıhladıydım ben bu herifi. Ya kellesini koparıp atacağım bunu doğru.
Well, well. Who do we have here? Finally found your little ward. Took your sweet fucking time.
Seems in fine health to me.
Ah, 'cause you thought you killed me that time. Surprise the fucking prize. Shut your trap, witch! Before somebody fills that hole for you.
Enough! I'll finish what you started.
Whoa, whoa, stop, it's me, Dudu Bieberfeld. You really didn't recognize me?
Dudu?
Wait, Siri. After the heist, after Dijkstra's vault was emptied, you vanished. How'd I find you? Quick.
Butcher's Yard, the Mama's Play, Priscilla's. You dragged me onto the stage.
Sheathe your sword, Siri. It's Dudu.
God, you give me quite the scare.
Not wise to play games with a witcher.
Horson Jr.? Was there no one else you could impersonate?
Once we'd fled, I'd no idea what to do. I could only hide for so long. He'd find me sooner or later. It wasn't our decision. We knew he was dead, but not many others had caught on. That was my chance.
No one mourned for Horson Jr. In all his miserable life, he'd never helped a soul. Amusingly, once dead, he became a useful member of society. They say everyone deserves a second chance. Seems true enough. Horson got his, in a way, sharing it with a Doppler named Dudu.
Dudu çok iyi yapmış ya.
That was courageous, Dudu. I'd never expect it from you.
Neither would I. Oh, by the way, you've no idea at the relief I feel you're alive and well.
And I'm relieved I didn't slit your throat.
Be careful, you could get found out.
Wiley's men are too stupid to catch on. His colleagues ain't much better. Mind you, even you were fooled.
And that might have ended very badly for you.
True, I get a bit carried away at times, but mostly I'm careful.
Chose an interesting line of business.
Dudu's always had a head for numbers. What's a few brothels and casinos? He'll manage.
That's the thing. I don't need to. 2 weeks after Wiley died, I announced I'd seen the light of the eternal fire. Sold all the illegal enterprises. I'm a blue water trader now.
Horson's men didn't protest?
I've contacts in the guilds. Run a thriving trade. Profits are twice what they were before. To Wiley's men, a purse twice as heavy means twice as much respect for the men handing it to them.
Time's up.
Right. We must still go by the Golden Sturgeon.
It was nice to see you both. And take care of yourselves.
You too.
So long, Dudu. Why are we going to the Sturgeon?
To see a girl who helped me once.
Who might that be?
A friend of Dandelion's. Her name's Bee. She's a waitress at the Golden Sturgeon. Helped me contact Dandelion. I wish to thank her. She risked a lot.
Risked a lot? How's that?
The Temple Guard were breathing down my neck. If she'd been seen with me, she might have been flogged or worse.
Always getting into trouble.
I take after you. I visited a city once that was very much like Novigrad. But the people there were much taller and had dark skin.
This somewhere in Zerrikania?
No, in another world.
What's it like, hopping between worlds? Anything like passing through a portal? Or different?
A bit different. It was hard going at first. I wasn't very good at controlling it, so I had to concentrate intensely and hope I didn't land in the crater of an active volcano. The training I did with Avalok was very helpful. Now, I merely think of the place I wish to travel to, close my eyes, and it's done.
your chance. Should have taken it.
I spit on anything you give me.
You'll regret that, you cow.
Mind your manners, you're talking to a lady.
Stay out of this. This is not your concern.
Sure it is.
You're a fucking freak too.
He is. Very dangerous at that. The butcher of White Orchard.
What'd he do there? Trim the trees? Eugen. He slew half the village. Dragged the bodies of the alderman and his wife behind his horse to Novigrad. Let's get out of here.
That's pretty good advice your friend's offering.
Sorry.
Thank you. They seem more determined this time.
Shouldn't cross them, I told you.
I'm to bar non-humans from this establishment because some thugs threaten me. Not likely.
It's so good to see you, Bee.
And you, Ciri. Who's your charming companion?
Babası.
Geralt of Rivia.
That Geralt! Very nice to meet you. I've heard so much.
Resmen kırıtıyor ya.
Really? What, for example?
For example, how you've saved her from woes so many times she's lost count. And how you always know how to make her laugh. That's Ciri, of course. Other ladies, however...
Bee, I'm standing right here.
Alright, alright. So, what brings you here, darlings?
I wanted to thank you for everything.
Oh, stop. Anyone would have done the same in my shoes.
Not many would have done it with such courage. Thank you. This is for you. A trinket to remember me by.
Oh my, it's beautiful. Thank you. So, will you stay for stew? And keep slaughtered a piglet this morning?
Thanks. But we must still visit Far Corners.
Ah, off to see Valdo, eh? Well, shan't stop you then. They'll feed you properly there too, no doubt. Farewell to you both. And do take care of her, Witcher.
I will. So long.
Hadi oğlum niye
your
bitmez bu
friend,
ödeşme
Bee.
görevi?
What about
Ciri.
her?
Nothing. Seems nice.
Geralt, you're terrible.
What'd I say? What's there to see in Far Corners?
The camp of some traveling circus performers. Non-humans. When I came here before, I wanted to contact Triss. Life was hard. I quickly spent nearly everything the Baron gave me. Triss and I never met, because the temple guard showed up. I was a wanted woman afterwards.
Triss didn't try to contact you?
How could she? She didn't know anything. In fact, she thought she was to meet another alchemist wanting to flee Novigrad. I preferred not to put her in danger. I was being hunted. Had not a copper to my name. Then I met Valdo. He and his troop helped me. Then introduced me to Bee. And through Bee...
Where's this friend of yours?
Ciri, you devil incarnate, where have you been?
Come here, darling. Hello. What's this? Roger Grandad?
Hagar, you're incorrigible. Allow me to introduce Geralt of Rivia.
Ah, greetings. We've heard heaps about you.
Mostly lies, I bet.
Ah, if it's a lie that since her youngest years you've been her friend and mentor, then indeed. She is a bold-faced liar. Well, good you're here. Come in the nick of time. Would have been gone by tomorrow.
You're leaving?
They're to start resettling non-humans shortly. We'd rather stay ahead of events.
I understand.
Problem is, we just lost 2 horses, and another 2 are too weak to haul anything.
Ah, we'll manage somehow. We don't leave till tomorrow, so naught to worry about today.
Yes, for some. I'm off to see a merchant. There's a chance I can trade our nags for a healthy horse. Wouldn't want Valdo to have anything to worry about tomorrow.
Anyway, we can help.
Oh, don't fret about us. We always get by somehow. Right, Ciri? What brings you here?
I've come to apologize. I disappeared so suddenly, then...
Ah, pish posh. What matters is you're back, and you're well.
This is for you. All that you loan me, plus a small premium.
Ciri, you know I can't take this.
And you know I shan't let you refuse.
I know. We'll make it the pot for a wager. Do you still race?
Of course.
Then I challenge you. Geralt, will you join us?
Gladly.
A man after my own spirit. Come.
Geralt, choose one of these.
Coming.
At yarışı mı? Eyvah, bölüm zor herhalde. Bayrakları falan görmek gerekiyor.
Watch where you're going or you'll fall.
Ben yenildim herhalde.
Can still beat you.
I let you win.
Lovely race. Well, this calls for a celebration. Stay the evening. We've several barrels of Kedwin's best. Bonfires to be lit soon, round which all will gather. This night shall be ours.
Hadi bakalım ya, nasıl bir ödeşme, bitmiyor Allah'ım ya Rabbim.
You know, perhaps it's not my concern, but I'm glad you and Yennefer have ended up together.
Me too.
You took your time.
Guess we both needed a while to grapple with it.
So, what was it like? You know, when the wish lost its hold. What did you feel?
Well, there we were, the two of us, on the mountaintop. I looked at her and felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be, at long last.
More wine?
Thanks.
I'm glad we stayed.
Me too. They like you here.
I like them too. Oh, I'd love to join them. Drink and race, travel from town to town, not worry a whit about anything.
Fairy tale life. But we gotta defeat the Wild Hunt first.
I fear fighting the hunt will only be the beginning, for me at least.
What do you mean?
You promised!
In jest?
Sometimes I wish I could be like them.
Drunk or giggling? Whichever it is, today's your chance.
Not what I meant. I'd like to be ordinary.
Problem is, you're not. You were born to greatness.
As I've been hearing since I was born. All because of this damned elder blood. My gift. My curse. It granted me all of these powers, but it's also why I've spent my life fleeing, hiding.
Then it's time to end this. Once we defeat Eredin, you'll be free.
Really? Eredin's hardly alone. There are others. They have plans for me. It was the sorceresses of the Lodge once. Now it's my father. Even Yennefer.
You're forgetting Avalach.
Avalak's different. He is intent on my gift not falling into the wrong hands. not spinning out of control. It's why he teaches me, protects me.
If you say so.
You doubt it?
There'll come a day when Avallac'h will ask you for a favor.
Perhaps. But if so, it will be a very, very long time from now. And I'm certain whatever it is, he'll give me a choice. I will have the option to refuse.
Hope you're right.
That's Pablo. I plan to learn how to juggle one day.
Incredibly useful skill.
Finally found you two. Enjoying yourselves?
I'd rather know how you fared with the merchant. Managed to get some horses?
Ha, lost cause. The man refused to trade. I said I'd buy. He asked 3 arms and a host of legs for 1 healthy animal. We need horses. But we'll have to find another way to get them.
Ho ho, I sense trouble.
I knew you'd warm to the notion. We mean to sneak into the man's stable. With 30 head, a few more or less won't make a difference in his life. Coming with?
Of course.
What can I do? Gotta help those in need.
Yes, yes, yes!
Must say, you didn't seem the type to me.
What type?
Steady. Time to go. We'll meet by the stables.
Çok iyi. At çalıyoruz. Kırığımız kırkızlık.
Hagar, keep a lookout. Ciri and I'll try to get inside. Wait here. I'll go inside. Open the door for you.
Just keep the noise down.
Nereden buranın çıkışı?
That girl.
Hard to find good guards these days.
Quiet, you'll wake them.
Evet, hala içeri girecek yol arıyoruz. Sanırım bulduk. Herhangi bir yerde bir kapı, balkon bir şey yok mu ki ya? Sanırım yok. Sanırım görev burayla alakalı değil. Demek ki şu taraftan biraz da. çalacağım. Nikah çalacağım. Fakirlere yardım etmiş olacak. Allah Allah. Anahtar buradaymış. İşte burada anahtar.
Ha, here's the key. Quick, get in here. Gotta calm all the horses before you wake the guards. Finally.
Vay arkadaş, at çaldık ya.
Woohoo! We did it!
Excellent work! Did you see the two fools who tried to chase us?
Almost tripped over their own boots.
Thanks, Geralt. That was splendid.
Yeah, a nice change from killing monsters.
Thanks for your help, and for visiting.
It was so good to see you all again. Hang in there and take care of yourselves.
Don't forget us. So long.
I must bid Valdo farewell.
All right. See you at Dandelions then. Got some things to take care of in town.
See you, Geralt.
Görüşürüz seri.
Will come today.
Son hazırlıklara kaldığım yerden devam ediyorum. Ödeşmeyi de aradan çıkarmış olduk. Hızlı bir şekilde son hazırlıkları hallediyoruz.
Your kind spreads disease.
Yakınmış zaten, koşsam da olur. O kadar çok Retanya askeri vardı orada. Nereye çıktım Yennefer? Nasıl çıkacağım ben oraya? Neredesin? Han mı burası? Neresi burası?
You mean me to grab another lass to join us?
Yiyen karı kız izliyor vallahi, ilginç.
Buy you a drink?
I'm afraid the dishwater's as good as it gets in this establishment. Imlerith, was that your idea or Ciri's?
Ciri's.
As I thought. I'm glad you went with her.
I thought you'd be angry.
Angry? Why? Because you supported Ciri in her decision? Or because you fought by her side and won?
What if we'd lost?
We wouldn't be having this conversation. And the female part of the continent's population would be drowning in tears. You won. No point bothering with what-ifs.
How'd it go at the lodge? Anyone agree to help?
I'm afraid the situation's looking grim. Dangerous times, especially for sorceresses. Each thinks 5 times before sticking her neck out. But it's neither the time nor the place for this discussion. Triss will tell you more.
Charming place. Why are you here?
I was able to establish Margarita's whereabouts, the prison in Oxenfurt. I also learned the identity of a man who escaped from there. He should arrive shortly.
What do you know about this fugitive?
I know he's the only one ever to escape from Derard. Every guardsman in the city now seeks him.
Sure he can be trusted?
We'll soon find out. He just walked in. Abbe Faria?
Who's asking?
We'd like to talk.
Damn.
Best run and get him.
These humans grow wilder by the day.
Watch where you're going, eh?
Damn it, scaled the ladder. Guess I'm in for a roof walk. Thought you'd agreed to meet.
I said I'd found him, not that I'd spoken to him.
What do you want from me? Let me be.
Calm down, we just want to chat.
And then stick a sieve between my ribs. Leave me in the gutter.
Look at us. Do we look like bandits to you?
No. No, not really.
I'm glad you agree. Besides, you'd be worthless to us dead.
So you shan't hurt me.
No. You're gonna tell us your story, then be on your way.
Well, so be it. But we really ought to go back to Kate's. It's unwise to linger in the street.
Drink up. It'll help.
Thanks. What do you want?
To get into Derard.
Find a hunter. Tell them you practice magic. They'll lock you up lickety-split.
We need to get in without anyone noticing. Tell us how you escaped, then get on with your life. They say no one gets out of Derard alive.
Aye, so they say. My thought? Why not try it dead?
But they burn the corpses.
They didn't start burning them until they'd learned an old fellow like myself had escaped. Before, they dropped the stiffs into a great pit. The pit's connected to the sewers, and the sewers empty into the river. And once you reach the river, you're as free as a fish.
So you played dead. No one caught on?
As a youth, I'd apprenticed with an apothecary in Silverton. Learned a thing or two about herbs. Sleeping mushrooms grew on the walls of my cell. And I found belladonna in the prison yard. Just had to mash them together and eat the pulp an hour before evening rounds.
You might have lost your life.
I prefer to die on my own terms, were that to be my fate.
Peki ya muhafızlar?
They say Dayrod's better guarded than the keep at Vicovaro.
We choose the guards from among witch hunters. The worst dregs, rabid fanatics. If you only knew what they do to folk. Torture every day. The wheel, the rack. We only knew peace on holidays when they'd drink themselves blind.
They're allowed to drink on duty.
No, not officially, but you know how it is.
Lağımdan girebilir miyiz?
So theoretically we could get in the way you got out.
Assuming we don't mind the company of decomposing corpses.
And assuming you can squeeze through the grate. They barred the outlet to the river after I escaped.
Huh. Explosives could take care of that.
For half the city to hear us? I've a better plan. Oxenfurt was built on elven ruins.
Which have to connect to the sewers somewhere. If If we can find a way into the ruins.
We'll get into the prison.
See? Wasn't so hard.
One last bit of advice. Find a new tavern. Everyone here knows you.
Thank you. Whatever your plans, I hope they work out.
So do we. So long. What now?
What our friend said about the guards was interesting.
Drinking on duty? Zoltan could make sure they have plenty of hooch.
Good idea. I'll search for the entrance to the ruins. Let's meet on the Oxenfurt Bridge.
What's he doing here?
Evet, üzerimdeki bütün gereksizleri sattım. Ben Zoltan'dan yardım isteyeceğim.
Zoltan.
Get out.
They're holding Margarita at Dayrod. Got a plan to break her out, but we need your help.
What should I do?
Load a wagon with as much Mahakaman as you can find and drive it to Oxenfurt. Yennefer will give the signal. He'll drive through the gates and treat the guards.
Oh, these are terrible times. Since the mages left town, the hunters have taken to harassing non-humans. A dwarf lingering around the prison gates only stands to attract attention.
Right. Didn't think of that. I'll go straight to Yen in that case. She went to find a way into the ruins beneath the city. Nice talking to you, Zoltan. See you later.
Zoltan kabul etmedi.
Find a way in?
Several. Nearest is through a well not far from here. Did you arrange any help?
We'll manage on our own.
Shall we begin?
Let's do this. Sure the guards don't know about the passage through the ruins? Haven't planted sentries there?
Nereye gidiyorsun yeğen?
How can you be sure?
Novigrad's hierarchs have taken great care to eradicate any and all memories of the city's elements. Even if anyone remembers the ruins are there, they have no recollection of how far and where they were. And I'm absolutely certain no one's thought to place sentries there.
Hadi kızım, hadi kızım.
Hope you're right.
Here we are.
This is it? Boulder was plugging the well until recently.
Due to an edict Hemmelfart issued some years ago. But I managed to find two brawny and obliging passers-by who agreed to remove the impediment. For a modest fee, naturally. Here,
What is this?
use it once you find Rita. I'll be able to pinpoint your location.
Not coming.
Mucking through ruins and sewers? I'd rather leave it to the expert.
Meaning you'd rather waltz in once the hard work's done. Wet clothes. Oh, joy.
Aga ya Kadir'im hep şey böyle. Oo, sandıklar. Bayılırım lağımlara dalmaya. Hadi.
Tomb Raider. Seems this one liked elven stuff.
Alev almaları da bayılıyorum ya. Lan nereden? Ha şuradan.
Locked tight. Won't budge. Gotta be a lever around here somewhere. This'll come in handy. That ought to do it.
Kayıttayım. Kayıttayım müdür. Evet.
Lost your nerve?
Az kaldı. Yayın aldım. Bu kadar basit. Arkadaşlar patlayan bir şeyler varsa yaratık olarak mutlaka onları patlatın. Bütün yaratıkları da hepsini öldürecektir. Burada bir F5 aldım. Şuradan bir yol devam etmiyor herhalde. Aynen etmiyor. Yolumuz burada. Anahtar kimde, nerede? Anahtarla işimiz yok. Şuradan gideceğiz. Evet. Burada bir F5.
Maybe not. Alarm! Intruders! Shit yourself! Ah! Come on! Know who you're fucking with! Watch out! Get it from both sides!
Come on, come closer.
Kill you!
Hadi be. Çok kötü öldüm. Haydi bir daha yükleyelim.
Intruders! Die, whore liquor! Sides!
Mistake.
Allah Allah. Hep buradan aşağı mı düşeceğiz böyle ya?
Get it from both sides!
What? Lost your nerve?
Lan niye ölmezsiniz ya? Hı? Yanlış kılıçla kesiyormuşum adamları ya. Gümüş kılıçla adam kesiyor. Tabii kesilmez. öldürdün beni ya. Arkadan niye sokuluyorsun gizli gizli? Açık açık gelsene.
Who's that? Geralt. God, I'm hallucinating.
Getting you out of here.
It's pointless. You'll never open it without the key. The warden keeps them with him at all times. His room is upstairs.
Be right back.
Sıkıntı yok prenses, hallederiz. Bu Nexus'ta varmış ya lan. Muhafızları keselim hadi. Kardeşlikler toplanın hadi.
Come on, come closer.
Oo. Ya bu ok çok kötü oluyor ya. Karakterden şeyi değiştireceğim. Oo, bir tane açılmış, hemen alalım onu. Şu mu? Ya. Neyse ölüverelim de.
Shit yourself out of fear.
Well, how long you gonna make me wait? Not good.
Çok iyi öldüm. Biraz sonra bomba etkisini ekleyeceğim. Çatışmaya girmeden hemen ekleyeceğim onu. Karakter şurası, bomba ve etkileri sıkıntı yapmaz dedik. Evet, F5 dedik. 45. Haydi bismillah. Hadi gelin gençler. Ortaya bir toplanın da
How
rahat
long you gonna
bakacağım.
make me wait?
Allah Allah. Hani bomba etkileri etmezdi. Arbelet duman etti bile. Allah Allah. Oğlum nasıl tek attınız lan? Allah Allah. Çok ilginç yani, adamlar tek atıyorlar buna. Aha, biri burada vurdu. Kardeşe vurdurdum ya lan. Oh, çok iyi vurdu. Şu fena ya, şu. Vurdu.
That's enough of that.
Vuruyor. Ölmemem lazım. kalkanları var ya, giremiyorlar.
Not your lucky day.
Hadi şuraları bir lootlayalım gelelim.
Come on, come closer. Not good. Damn it.
İbni.
How long you gonna make me wait?
By the eternal fire! Go back to hell! I want to.
Ha siktir ya. Taburla ölünmez ki. Hapishane gardiyan fenaymış. Var gücüyle vuruyor, tek atıyor.
Get it from both sides!
Şimdi ne varsa lootlayalım. Hapishaneden bizim hatunu çıkaralım. Hadi gel cadıların güzeli.
What are you doing?
Yen insisted on coming.
Rita, what have they done? When I get my hands on those whoresons.
I'll gladly help, if I live to see it.
I must take her from here, immediately. I can't pass through the portal with you both. You'll need to get out on your own.
Don't like portals anyway. Go.
Şu an gene bir daha kapışacağız edeceğiz. Bir kez daha F5 tam burada. Hadi bakalım. Evet, son hazırlıkları. Tirisi de konuş kısmındayız.
You'll choke to death. Stay out of my way. Wonderful.
Hey there, handsome.
Tiris nerede? Üst katta herhalde.
Watch it.
Burada mı Tiris?
Greetings, Triss.
Have you lost your mind? You went after Imlerith by yourselves? To the Sabbath? How could you put Ciri in danger?
Come on, we came out of it fine. Can't say the same for Imlerith.
That's the sole comfort I find in this, but it's no justification. You know what might have happened?
But it didn't. I was there, had the situation under control. Mind if we change the subject? Past burning pyres on the way into town, non-humans on them.
Things grow worse by the day. No mages left in the city, so the hunters had to find someone else to victimize. We need to resolve everything as quickly as possible and leave Novigrad.
Any success with the lodge? Anyone out there willing to help?
It doesn't look good. Ida outright refused, while Francesca won't budge from her little realm with a war raging. We don't know about Fringilla. Haven't been able to contact her.
Yen and I rescued Margarita.
I know. Dandelion set her up in a room upstairs. She's resting, slowly recovering.
Evet.
What about Kira and Philippa?
Kira? I thought you, of all people, would know.
Few can refuse a sorceress. And Kira Metz certainly had her ways. But when she demanded the Mage Alexander's notes, I had to turn her down. Kira needed she needed the impetus to start anew. She found it where she least expected to. Years later, known for discovering the cure for the Catriona plague, she was thankful none remembered her time in hiding as a village witch. I've seen worse matches. Hope things work out for them.
And I hope things work out for us, and we find Philippa and Rita.
Filippa
Did
ve
a little
Rita'yı bulacağız.
investigating. Learned some interesting things.
Ne öğrendin?
Namely,
Want the long or the short version?
tell me everything. I want the details.
After fleeing Loch Muin, Philippa ended up here in Novigrad. She sought help from her former lover, the sorcerer Arthur de Vlister.
De Vlister rings a bell.
Philippa had made a fool of him once. Arthur was out for revenge. He convinced her she'd be safest as an owl. She transformed, and he placed a dimeridium band on her leg. The mage hunt started shortly afterwards. Sadly, Arthur fell victim. They auctioned off his estate. Just so happened a certain dwarven acquaintance of ours stumbled on the auction.
Zoltan. Huh. So Philippa was here under our noses the whole time.
Was, precisely. Zoltan lost her in a card game a few days ago.
Hadi canım.
Kidding, right?
Sadly, no. A man showed up here, fleeced Zoltan bare, then proposed they play for the owl. Naturally, he won, then politely thanked Zoltan for the game and left.
Who was it? Know where he lives?
He's not from here. No one knows him.
Great. We got any leads?
We have this.
That Philippa the Owl's feather? Thinking divination?
Specifically hydromancy, and a form of sortilege. We need a fountain where we won't be disturbed.
One outside the Passiflora could work.
Good idea. Let's go.
Arkadaş gidiyoruz gene ya. Amma uzun bölüm oldu. 2 saat
We're
oldu bu
here.
nedir?
Nice and quiet. Shouldn't be any disturbances.
Let's begin. Observe the water's surface carefully. We can't let anything go unnoticed. Graham et Thuir, Robert Mekele, Alfelte. Graham et Thuir, Deagnis Kerle, Espirshena a
Bu ne lan? Media Player'daki
Looks
efektler gibi.
familiar. The bathhouse. I know the place.
Bizim Dijkstra'nın hava.
Dijkstra. He has her at his bathhouse. Might have guessed as much.
Sal beni Tris.
Was that the past or the future?
The recent past. We have to hurry.
Let's go to the bathhouse. Might not be too late.
Come on.
Hayda. Koşacağız mı ya? Portallasana bizi.
The possibilities are many. Could be Dijkstra that got hurt.
Not likely. Dijkstra never forgave her for sending assassins after her. No doubt about it.
Weakened, maybe, but still a powerful sorceress. If Dijkstra's men take the dimeridium off, Philippa will kill them before they can say, oh shit.
Watch out.
Guess they underestimated Philippa.
Surrender! This place is a maze, witch! You'll never get out! Goddamn fools! After her!
We'll handle this.
Oh no, no, no! The sorceress stays here!
We're going together.
Not a chance.
It's fine, Geralt. I'll stay, in case she tries to flee this way.
Fine. Be right back. Damn, she cast a spell on them.
He's got a
gotcha. That's it. Slaughter the freak! Son of a whore! Kill the freak!
Lost your nerve?
Bloody curses. That's it. Together now. Kill the horse. Son of a whore. Is she?
Come on!
Philip, wait.
Birdies. Good sting.
I am your master now.
Not good.
You're to protect me, understood?
But stand thunder.
Stand here and let no one pass.
But yes.
That's it, you're in for it.
Hadi be.
Philippa, wait.
Birdie, birdie. Good sting.
I am your master now. You're to protect me, understood?
Come on, come
But
closer.
stand thunder.
Stand here. Let no one pass.
But yes, Harry.
Curses. Die, you two!
That's enough of that.
Hayda. Tamam, Bart'ı kesmek istemiyorum.
We shall no past go. Birdie, birdie, no say.
Damn it, cast a spell on him too. She's hurt. Did you see that? I want to help her.
Birdie, no past go say. But no let past go.
Bart yapma gözünü seveyim.
Ever had a stomach ache?
Ache? Aye. But once old drowner eat.
Her stomach aches like she just ate 100 old drowners.
But no want. Drowner make ache very bad.
Let me pass. I can help her.
But
Bart'ı kandırdım oğlum.
past go.
Çok iyi vallahi. Ha.
With your help,
Bart hep akıllı bir Turan olmuştur.
I want to help you. I'm not out to hurt you.
Bollocks! You will not take me.
I
Şuradan çömelmeye bakalım. Oynanıştan ölüm marşı. Ertanan tuşlardan sessizce yürü. Sessiz yürü yok mu ya? Yok. Bir daha bakalım baştan sona. Sol kontrol.
Lost your nerve? Gotta avoid hurting her. Stop squirming. If I wanted to kill you, you'd be long dead by now.
What do you want? To torment me? To watch others do so?
I need your help.
Betray me, and I will.
Relax. Not planning on it. Triss is outside. She'll explain everything.
Çok şükür ya. Hamamı katlettik.
Deepest apologies, but the lady will come with me.
Dijkstra, I don't have time for this. Get out of my way.
I've no quarrel with you, Geralt, but Phil and I have lots to talk about. Remember the assassins you sent after me, darling Phil? A grave error. Such matters ought to be handled personally, as I will now demonstrate.
I like you, Dijkstra. Don't make me hurt you.
Save your threats for the rats that run about the port. They don't make the slightest impression on me. Philippa will come with me and answer for all the courtesies she's paid me.
Always knew the value of information, Dijkstra.
Which is why I don't believe you have anything I don't already know.
The Emperor of Nilfgaard wasn't able to sway the Trade Corporation.
Opposition nibbling at his arse, eh? Seems the white flame won't dance on the graves of his foes much longer.
His daughter has returned. The Emperor wants to abdicate, give her the throne.
Cyrilla? Impossible. This could shift the tide of war. Provided, of course, you're not mistaken.
Emperor himself told me. So, information's first-hand.
Emir's a lying whore.
When it comes to his daughter's future, doubt it.
You've no idea of the importance of this information. A change on the Imperial throne could bring the war to an end. Radovid's sure to be delighted. If Emir sounds the retreat, there'll be no force left that could possibly stop that madman. Especially in light of our bloody aborted plan.
You didn't actually believe you could do it. Radovid's crazy, but he's no idiot. Knows all too well there are dozens out there who'd...
Silence.
Do I understand you correctly? You want to kill Radovid? Well, Siggy, I am impressed. Doubted you still had it in you, frankly. Sadly, as you well know, Radovid has sought refuge on his boat. He's guarded so closely, I'd not be at all surprised to learn he shares his bed each night with 2 sentries.
You know too much, Phil. Yet one more reason why you must die.
sister of Philippa's not gonna die. We're done discussing that. Forget about it.
Situation's changed, Witcher. She's in a position now to foil my plans.
Do you really think I will run to warn the man who gouged my eyes out?
Think you might want to hear her out. Dare say Philippa despises Radovid at least as much as you do.
I'm content someone apart from myself has finally gotten the idea to rid the world of the degenerate.
Save your praise for others. I couldn't give a shit.
Currently, only 2 individuals stand to draw Radovid off his boat. Emir and myself.
You'd agree to be the bait?
I fear you'd be hard-pressed to convince Emir to dangle himself as such.
Fat fucking chance. Geralt, I wouldn't trust this cunt to hard-boil my eggs.
Rightly so, I'm terrible with eggs. But think on this. Radovid hears that you've captured me. Will he not throw caution to the wind? Will he not jump at the chance to kill me, personally, with his bare hands?
Out of the question. Geralt, get her out of here before I burst her testicle. And then we must meet with our friends. I've leased a warehouse port side. Be sure to come.
Sorry to take so long, but I had to deal with the guards.
Hello, Triss.
Philip, are you all right?
I've been better.
I'll get you out of here.
Gonna be all right?
Yeah, thanks for your help.
Ah şu sahireler. Hadi bit artık, son hazırlıklar.
Eternal fire.
Cheated me.
Nasıl oldu da kimse yok.
Yeah, right.
What village are you?
Aman be, kılıç 275, 261 arttırdı. Daha sonra bunları düzenlerim. Bu gümüş. Şu gümüş. Bir tane de şey lazım. Çelik. Bu da çelik. Bu ne? 248'miş bu. 180'miş. Tamam, bunlar yedekte dursun. Yerde üzerimde olsun. Üst kattan bunlar. Bir kat daha yukarıda herhalde.
Geralt,
What is it?
nothing just yet, but something's afoot. Philippa and Margarita want to speak to me.
They say about what?
No, but I have my suspicions. I bet they have plans for me, and they're deigning to inform me of them.
Not a conversation you're likely to avoid. I'll go with you if you want.
They'll weigh their words more carefully with you there.
wouldn't be so sure. But 2 heads are better than 1. Let's get this over with.
You wish to speak?
To you, not to Geralt.
Geralt stays or we both leave?
Let him stay, Phil. He'd learn of it all anyways, eventually.
Fine then. So long as he does not interrupt.
Think of me as part of the decor.
The Lodge once had great plans for you. Important plans. Surely you remember. You were to complete your studies and become one of us. Unfortunately, that did not come to pass. We intend to revive the Lodge, and we renew our offer. You must join us.
As before? I'm to marry some princeling and become your puppet?
You were a child then, and we misjudged the situation. This time we offer you a partnership.
No equality in the Lodge? That's garbage. Some have always taken the reins, while others politely nodded.
A wise and capable sorceress finds the role, the position that best suits her.
And yours should be supreme. You deserve to lead. Realize, please, that you were made for great things. Work with us and you shall achieve them. Just as soon as we teach you to control your power, channel...
I have Avalok for that.
You allow this. Do you truly believe his intentions are pure?
I don't trust him, I don't trust you. But that doesn't matter. Ciri decides.
Sages invariably have hidden agendas. Altruism is simply not part of their constitution. You're a tool in his hands, even if you don't see it.
We will assure you knowledge and protection, but you shall be your own rudder, captain, and ship. And unlike Avalok, we can promise you this.
We don't expect you to commit now. Think it over, what you've heard, what you feel. We will speak when you're ready.
If that is all, then...
We need to go to Skellige, find the Sunstone. Avalok awaits down at the port.
So?
I don't know. Don't really want to talk about it. I'm going for a walk.
Evet arkadaşlar. Son hazırlıklar görevimizi baştan sona bitirmiş olduk. İzlediğiniz için teşekkürler. Başka bir bölümde görüşmek üzere. Hepinize iyi seyirler diliyorum. Bir sonraki bölümümüz savaş hazırlıkları olacak. İyi seyirler. Allah'a emanet.